What's good YouTube? Today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 NBA moments from this past decade. And let's get into it with number 10, Linsanity. Out of nowhere, Jeremy Lin owned the town and the sports scene of New York, as Linsanity captured the attention of New Yorkers and basketball fans alike. It started with a 25-point performance against the Nets on February 4, when the Knicks were in the middle of a struggle. 6 nights later, he poured in 38 points against Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. 4 nights after that, he hit a game-winning 3 against Toronto. From that point on, arguably the peak of Linsanity, Jeremy Lin was New York royalty. He juiced up basketball in the big city in ways Carmelo Anthony never did, and dominated the back pages of the New York newspapers for weeks, and earned 2 Sports Illustrated covers. Overnight, Lin went from an unknown G League player to a global celebrity who transcended basketball. Number 9, Russell Westbrook becomes the second player in NBA history to average a triple-double across an entire season. Very few of us ever thought anyone would replicate Oscar Robertson's season-long triple-double average, but Russell Westbrook defied the odds and managed the feat in 2017, and was crowned the league MVP in the process. After averaging triple-doubles in the following 2 seasons as well, Westbrook was putting out such consistently giddy numbers that he started to show us triple-doubles and large stat lines in general. Westbrook's numbers and all-around play have long been a polarizing topic, with accusations of stat padding being hurled from the Twitter atmosphere, and Westbrook unable to translate those stats into meaningful postseason success. But from a purely statistical standpoint, his achievements were undeniably impressive. Number 8, Derrick Rose becomes the youngest MVP of all time. Entering his 3rd season, Rose asked out loud to the team's media day, why can't he win the Kia MVP award? By the end of the season, his thought became reality. After an outstanding performance in 2011, Derrick Rose won the NBA's MVP award at the age of 22, becoming the youngest player in NBA history to do so. His performance over the course of this season was nothing short of spectacular, as he led the Chicago Bulls to the best record in the league and an Eastern Conference Finals appearance. When the Chicago Bulls drafted Derrick Rose number 1 overall in the 2008 NBA draft, the franchise hoped that the point guard will give them its first marquee star since Michael Jordan retired after the 1998 season. Rose ended up the 2-year MVP reign of LeBron James as well. During the 2011 season, the franchise saw Rose carry the team to its best record since Michael Jordan played there. The Bulls finished 62-20 and earned the Eastern Conference top seed entering the playoffs. In 81 games, Rose averaged 25 points, 7.7 assists, and 4.1 rebounds per game, becoming the 7th player in NBA history to average 25 points, 7.5 assists, and 4 rebounds per game in a single season. This was all amazing to watch. Number 7, Dirk Nowitzki's 2011 playoff run. Dirk Nowitzki's run in 2011 and one of the greatest title runs ever. Dirk swept Kobe Bryant in the Western Conference semifinals, beat KD in 5 games in the Western Conference Finals, and defeated LeBron James in 6 games to win the NBA Finals. The Dallas Mavericks won its first NBA championship against the super team Miami Heat. After Dirk Nowitzki won the NBA title, he was fittingly named the 2011 NBA Finals MVP as a result. Dirk Nowitzki led his team to a title as the sole superstar. Whenever the game was on the line or the team needed a spark, Nowitzki took over. He was the pillar of stability all season long. No player worked harder to prove his worth to his team than Dirk Nowitzki. His 1 ring has more value than a lot of players who have multiple in the league. Number 6, the summer and the playoffs of 2019. This past year was full of amazing moments. The Toronto Raptors won its first ever NBA championship after beating the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. Kawhi Leonard made an insane buzzer beater against the Philadelphia 76ers. His playoff run in 2019 was stuff of legends, and even though he brought a title to Toronto, it's this shot that will live on forever. This buzzer beater had everything. Kawhi shot this from an impossible angle, and he saw how it went in after hitting the rim about 5 times. The reactions after the shot went down were epic as well, from the Raptors' joy to Joel Embiid's heartbroken look as he realized his season was over. Damian Lillard called serious against the Thunder after hitting a shot from the logo in front of Paul George. This will go down as one of the best buzzer beaters in playoff history, and for good reason. The Clippers had a 31-point comeback against the Warriors. This was not only the largest comeback in NBA playoff history, but a sign that the Warriors weren't as invisible as previous years. We also witnessed the best free agency in NBA history. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant joined the Brooklyn Nets. Kawhi Leonard signed with the Clippers after winning a championship with the Raptors. Paul George also joined the Clippers as the Thunder traded him. D'Angelo Russell signed a max contract with the Warriors. Anthony Davis was traded to the Lakers to play alongside his favorite player LeBron James. Russell Westbrook was traded to the Houston Rockets for Chris Paul to play alongside one of his best friends in James Harden. Kemba Walker signed with the Boston Celtics after disappointing years in Charlotte. Jimmy Butler signed with the Miami Heat this offseason. Some other underrated signings included Malcolm Brogdon to the Pacers and Derrick Rose to the Pistons. This year's draft class was full of talent and was one of the best in recent memory. Players such as Zion Williamson, John Moran, R.J. Barrett, and more were drafted. This past summer was full of excitement. We have seen player movement before, but the summer of 2019 completely shifted the balance of the NBA for years to come. Number 5. Kobe Bryant's final run in 2010 and his 60 points in his final NBA game. Bryant had arguably the most impressive playoff run of his career, not because his numbers were any larger than a previous postseason. He willed a team with an injured center, inconsistent shooters, and little bench help beyond Lamar Odom, Derek Fisher, and Pau Gasol into his third straight NBA Finals. This was a year that brought upon a classic rivalry between the most storied franchises in league history, playing for the title. The Lakers and the Celtics had a tough 7-game fight, but the Lakers ended up winning the series thanks to mostly Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant won his 5th and last NBA championship with the Lakers, alongside a Finals MVP. In this 7-game series, Kobe Bryant averaged 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists on 40% shooting from the field. Kobe himself said this was his favorite NBA championship because even though it was the hardest one, it was against the Boston Celtics, a team he was hungry to win against. Struggling with injuries and age, Kobe was still playing with the Lakers and even ended up with 60 points in his Kobe Bryant at 37 years of age wasn't himself in his final season, but that didn't stop him from scoring 60 points in one of the greatest exits in sports history. And only like Kobe could, he went out on his own terms, putting up 50 shots and outscoring the Jazz by himself during the fourth quarter. This was a Kobe Bryant game. This was the only way that he could finish his career, a special moment for one of the best players in NBA history. This capped off an amazing career for Kobe Bryant. Number 4, the decision. Many assume that with LeBron James going on national TV to announce his free agency decision in 2010, he had to be going back to Cleveland. There was no way he would leave America's most tortured sports city and his hometown, or close enough to it, in such a brutal, public, and cruel fashion. But he did. He announced that he was taking his talents to South Beach and will join the Miami Heat alongside Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. LeBron's Miami residency officially stamped the era of Big Threes in the NBA, as the move set the stage for Chris Bosh to join the Heat and form the super team with Dwayne Wade. The Heat, of course, will go on to dominate the Eastern Conference and win 2 titles over the next 4 seasons. More than anything, the decision changed the way LeBron was viewed by the basketball public. Before James left Cleveland the first time, he was widely respected and admired by many NBA fans. When he booked it to South Beach, all the love and good vibes went right in the dumpster. LeBron, for the first time, was the bad guy, and it was a role he really wasn't suited for. The run in Miami was successful, since the Heat reached 4 straight NBA Finals. LeBron became a champion in Miami and morphed into the kind of player who will one day rival Michael Jordan for GOAT status, arguably playing for the best basketball of his career. However, that's something that he's never been able to shake. The decision was so ill-convinced and poorly received that it took years for James' reputation to recover, and the only thing that truly fixed it was his return to Cleveland 4 years later. Number 3, Kevin Durant joins the Warriors and the Warriors' success overall. No moment this decade was a league-altering as this one. Kevin Durant joining the Warriors ruined the NBA's competitive balance in one fell swoop. It didn't matter how good other teams were. They were not going to be a squad that could roll out Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Andre Iguodala. When healthy, these dudes were always going to win every single year they were together. And not only did Durant's move to Golden State destroy league parity, it destroyed Durant's reputation. Even now, he's widely viewed by fans as the guy who took the easy way out, the coward who couldn't stand up to the rival gang and decided to join them instead. Long before Durant joined the Warriors were one of the best teams in the league. In 2015, the start of a dynasty began. Steph Curry had an insane year that led up to him winning his first MVP. He changed the entire NBA, and the three-pointer started to evolve. He also led the Warriors to its first championship since 1975. The Warriors had a 67-win season and started the year 24-0. During that time, the Warriors claimed the record for the best start in NBA history, Klay Thompson set the NBA record with 37 points in a quarter. Thompson ended his quarter in perfection, 13 of 13 from the field, 9 of 9 from the three-point line, and 2 of 2 on free throws for good measure. In 2016, the Golden State Warriors won 73 games, the most regular season wins in NBA history, and overcame a 3-1 lead in the Western Conference Finals against the Thunder. This is what led to Kevin Durant joining the Warriors in the offseason, and people saying if you can't beat them, join them. In the 2017 Finals, Durant drew a clutch three-pointer to put Golden State ahead for good in front of LeBron James. The Warriors ended up winning the game, and the Warriors won their second straight NBA championship after defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers in 4 straight games. In the 2018 Finals, the Warriors won once again for the second time in 3 years. Kevin Durant won his second Finals MVP trophy with a final stat line of 28.8 points, 10.8 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and 2.3 blocks per game. Kevin Durant became a 2-time NBA champion as well. And last but not least, Klay Thompson broke the single-game three-point record with 14 threes that Steph Curry held. Thompson ended up scoring 52 points and finished the night shooting 18 for 29 from the field, including 14 for 24 from downtown against the Bulls. The Warriors had one of the best dynasties ever, and this still remains in history. Number 2, Ray Allen's famous shot in Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals, when LeBron James missed a desperate 3 with 9 seconds remaining, and Miami down 3 in a win-or-go-home Game 6 Finals matchup with the Spurs. The Heat looked like they were cooked, but then it happened. Chris Bosh somehow grabbed the offensive rebound after the LeBron missed 3, dished it out to a furiously backpedaling Ray Allen in the corner, who launched one of the most difficult shots in NBA history and made it. The rest was history, as Miami proceeded to win Game 6 in overtime and Game 7 after that. The Heat ended up winning its 3rd NBA championship in 2013. Had Allen's shot missed, the Miami Big 3 era may very well have been considered a failure. Luckily for them, they were bailed out by a dude who was good enough to practice that exact shot on a daily basis. But if the NBA's all-time leader in three-pointers other than Steph Curry didn't nail that corner 3, a lot of legacies will be a whole lot different. Number 1, the Cleveland Cavaliers' 3-1 comeback against the 73-9 Warriors. It wasn't just that LeBron James returned to end Cleveland's title drought, it was how he did it. The Cavs' performance in the 2016 Finals marked one of the greatest comebacks in sports history and was capped off with one of the best defensive plays we've ever seen. Not only did we see insane, career-defining moments play out on the NBA's biggest stage, Kyrie's shot over Curry for the lead, LeBron's block on Iguodala, Kevin Love's stop on Curry, moments within the most historic comeback in NBA history. Never before had a team fought from down 3-1 in the NBA Finals to win this series. For it to happen like that and against a Warriors team that went 73-9 is truly incredible. In LeBron's own words, he said that series made him the greatest player of all time, and honestly it's hard to argue when you look at that series. It was the moment of the decade for James. It was him fulfilling his promise of delivering a championship to his hometown. This was the moment that LeBron's career was building to ever since he announced his decision to leave for the Miami Heat. For James to put up 41, 41 and then a triple-double in games 5 through 7 of that series, with 2 of those being on the road, is just incredible. He obviously didn't win the title alone, but this comeback and championship defined LeBron's journey. It's the most memorable NBA championship of the decade, and will forever be the banner attached to LeBron's career. And that concludes the video. What do you guys think of this list? Which moment was your favorite from this decade? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for new, and click the bell to get notified on my official videos. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.